Hey, my friend, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. Maybe you're watching this video in the morning, or maybe at night before going to sleep. Wherever you are, I just want to say, I'm happy you're here. Because today, I want to talk about something that almost every English learner in the world has felt at least once. It's that strange, frustrating feeling when you can understand English, but you can't speak it. You know that feeling, right? You watch a movie in English and you understand almost everything. You read English subtitles and your brain says, yes, I get it. But when someone asks you a simple question like, how was your day? Your mind suddenly goes blank.
Your heart starts to beat fast.
You know the words. You've seen them many times, but they just won't come out of your mouth. You freeze. You smile awkwardly. And deep inside, you feel disappointed in yourself. You think, why can I understand, but I can't speak? I know that pain. I've been there too. For a long time, I could understand English very well, but when it came to speaking, my tongue refused to move. I remember sitting in my first English conversation class. The teacher asked me a simple question, "What did you do yesterday?" I knew what those words meant. I understood every sound, but my mouth felt locked. I said, and then silence. Everyone looked at me, waiting. I wanted to disappear. I went home that day and told myself, I understand English, but I can't speak. And I believed that for a long time. If that sounds like you, I want you to add one small word at the end of that sentence, the word yet. Say it with me. I can understand, but I can't speak yet. That one little word changes everything. Yet means your story isn't finished. Yet means you are still learning. Yet means you will speak, just not today, not yet. I remember when I finally understood this idea. I stopped blaming myself. I stopped thinking, I'm bad at English. Instead, I started asking, what's really stopping me from speaking? And you know what I found? It wasn't grammar. It wasn't vocabulary. It wasn't accent. It was fear. The fear of being wrong. The fear of being laughed at. The fear of people thinking I'm stupid. That fear was like a wall inside my mind. I could see the words behind it, but I couldn't reach them. One day, I realized something that changed my life. I wasn't learning English to impress anyone. I was learning English for me, for my future, my dreams, my growth. I didn't need to sound perfect. I just needed to sound brave. That day, I made a promise to myself. I will speak, even if I make mistakes. I will speak, even if my voice shakes. I will speak, even if I don't know every word. Because every word I say is one step closer to fluency. So I started small. Every morning, I looked in the mirror and talked to myself in English. Just simple things like, good morning. How are you today? You look tired, but it's okay. I felt silly at first, but after a few days, it became natural. My mouth started to remember how English feels. I didn't just read words, I said them. And something beautiful happened. I started enjoying my own English voice. I started shadowing, listening to English videos and repeating what I heard, sentence by sentence, sometimes even word by word. Slowly, my brain and mouth began to connect. At first, I made hundreds of mistakes. I said things that sounded strange. I used the wrong tense. But I kept going because I realized that babies don't learn to speak by studying grammar books. They learn by listening and repeating over and over without fear. They don't care if they say things wrong. They just want to communicate. That's what I started doing too. I focused on communication, not perfection. I told myself every day, it's okay to make mistakes. And I want you to tell yourself that too right now. It's okay to make mistakes. Say it aloud with me. Feel it. Believe it. When I started shadowing seriously, something amazing happened. My English began to come out naturally without translation. I didn't have to think in my first language anymore. My thoughts started forming directly in English. That was the moment I realized I was no longer a student of English. I was a user of English. I was living it. But of course, there were still difficult days. Days when I felt stuck again. Days when my mouth just didn't cooperate. I remember one night, I joined an online speaking group. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it. When it was my turn to speak, I forgot everything I had prepared. I laughed nervously and said, "Sorry, my English is not good." And you know what? Everyone smiled and said, "It's okay. Just try." I spoke slowly, made many mistakes, but nobody laughed. Nobody judged me. In fact, they encouraged me. That night, I learned something important. The world is much kinder than we imagine. The only person judging us most of the time is ourselves. From that day, I changed my mindset. I decided that speaking English is not a test. It's an adventure. Every mistake is just part of the journey. I stopped trying to sound like a native speaker and started trying to sound like myself. My English,
My voice.
my confidence. And day by day, I improved. If you're listening to this story and thinking, "That's me too," I want to remind you, you are not behind. You are not slow. You are just growing quietly. Every time you listen, your brain gets stronger. Every time you shadow, your mouth becomes faster. Every time you repeat a phrase aloud, you are training your courage. You might not see progress right away, but it's happening deep inside you, just like a seed under the ground before it breaks through the soil. Don't stop watering your English. It will bloom. When you can understand English, it means your brain already has the knowledge. Speaking just means bringing that knowledge to life through your voice. And the bridge between understanding and speaking is repetition. Shadow every day. Speak every day. Even if it's only for 5 minutes. Even if it's just to yourself.
Speak.
Whisper if you have to.
But speak.
Because every sound you make brings you closer to fluency. Sometimes people say, "I can't speak English because I don't have anyone to talk to." I used to say that too. But here's what I learned. You don't need another person to start speaking. You just need yourself. Talk to yourself in English. Describe what you're doing. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm cooking rice. I'm walking to the bus. Turn your daily life into English practice. Every small sentence adds up. One day, you'll look back and realize your English voice has become your second nature. There's another important thing I want to share. When you speak English, don't try to sound perfect. Try to sound real. Use your emotions. Smile when you talk.
Feel what you say.
Because language is not just about words, it's about energy. People don't remember your grammar. They remember your feeling. When you speak with heart, people listen. When you speak with confidence, people respect you. So, the next time you listen to an English video, don't just understand it. Shadow it. Repeat what you hear. Let the rhythm of English flow through your body. Feel the music of the language. Let it become part of you. It's not about copying, it's about connecting. And remember, you don't need to be perfect to be understood. You just need to be brave enough to try. You've already come so far. You can understand English. That's already a big achievement. Now it's time to open the door to speaking. You don't need to shout. You don't need to rush. Just one word at a time. One sentence at a time. That's how fluency is built. Not in a day, but every day. Every time you speak, you're teaching your brain something new. You're telling it, yes, I can do this. And your brain listens. It adapts. It learns. So, be kind to yourself. Speak softly. Speak proudly. Speak bravely. And when you feel stuck, remember my story. Remember that everyone who speaks English fluently today once said, I can understand, but I can't speak. Everyone started there. You're not alone. You're just on the path. And this path leads to confidence, connection, and freedom. You will get there as long as you keep going. So today, promise yourself, I will speak, even if I'm afraid. I will keep learning, even if it's hard. I will believe in myself. Because you deserve to feel confident in any language. You deserve to express your heart in English. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'm proud of you for listening, for learning, and for not giving up. If this story helped you, remember to like, subscribe, and keep shadowing with me every day. Together, we'll make your English voice strong, natural, and alive. You don't need to wait for the right time. This is your time. This is your voice. Speak it into the world. Now, let's finish by practicing 3 key phrases slowly together. Repeat after me. I can understand, but I can't speak yet. It's okay to make mistakes. I'm learning, and I'm getting better every day.
Take a deep breath.
Smile. Say them again, because every word you speak is proof that you are growing. I'll see you in the next story, my friend.